What's up, boys? One thing about vid for today, an idea kept hitting my mind. I was talking to a close friend of mine last night, and it left me with a thought. We're talking about one of our boys, who, great guy, love him to death, but he just he settled. That's all I'm going to say, He just settled with where he was in life. And if I have to leave you guys with anything, it's that don't sell yourselves short of where you can be. Like, so much of this life is working towards things, and you're not going to get there now, and that's okay. But if you settle for okay now instead of good or great in the future, you're only selling yourself short. And you wouldn't want it that way. You want to work for something. You want to achieve. You want to work hard for something. That's what it means to be a success. To work hard, put in the hours, put in the effort, and to see your success come through. Man, and that's a holistic thing, not just with career, especially with your relationships, man. Whether it's with friends, with girls. Don't just settle for a girl because it's easy or she's available. Work on yourself. Find the person that you think God would maybe have for you. The kind of person you think would want to have your kids and you would want to have your kids. Find someone who could be evenly yoked with you, who can help you when you stumble through life. There are a lot of good people out there. And if you ended up settling for somebody who may be a good person, but she's not your person, you're going to regret that the rest of your life. You can't settle with anything in life. Don't settle with your career. Don't settle with yourself. Most of all, don't settle with girls, man. Don't settle with a girl if you don't really love her and you don't really think she's the one. Then don't settle for it. Because you're only selling yourself short, and that'll just cause you so much headaches and so much disaster. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You deserve so much more than what you can get now. Sometimes you got to play the long game. Sometimes you got to trust God with a plan in the future. You got to look ahead. If you're not looking ahead and working towards that, you'll compromise your future for your immediate. And never do that. Don't compromise your future for your immediate. Absolutely not. With the people you hang out with, and especially the people you date. Because let's say you end up settling, you'll never know what you could have achieved, and you never know what your life would have looked like with the perfect person. That doesn't mean your life wouldn't be, you wouldn't go through difficulties and you wouldn't have relationship problems, even if it's the right person. But I think your life looks so, so different with the right person. And you may have to work to get to that point, You really might have to. And you might have to grow to be the person that God is preparing you to be for that girl. That's something to learn. So don't settle for the temporary now and make it your end all be all. Because if you end up, going for a girl now who's not all that great, which is so easy to do, you'll never know what God had going for you in the future. And so I'm not saying don't have fun now, don't make friends now, don't go on dates now, but seriously settling down, thinking about the person you want to be, the person you want to end up with to raise your kids, that person should be incredibly special. And if there are big question marks, and I mean huge question marks and things that you don't know if you can look past, you can't settle because of the idea that, maybe there won't be someone else. Because you'll live with that decision for the rest of your life and you'll regret it. Don't live with that regret. Live with what you know you are, and that you found the person who you were supposed to be with. I mean, you ever talk to a couple who knew they were supposed to end up together and who's just so in love? Why do you think the divorce rate is 50%? People aren't willing to work, first off, and they don't prioritize their relationship with their partner in the right way. And I think a lot of people end up settling for people they're not evenly yoked with, people they don't necessarily know the whole truth about, and people who don't know themselves. You got to find someone who's going to be that for you. And you got to be that for yourself and to that person. You know, if you're not ready to date, you're not ready to date. And that's an okay thing to figure out. That's one of the best things you can do, you know, because God's got so much timing. There are so many people you're going to meet that you haven't met yet. That's just a fact. And so much of it is looking towards the future and putting the steps in now. Don't settle now for something that could be okay, or just you're like forcing it to work. Don't reach. There's no need for it right now. Look ahead. Look at who God has for you, and just appreciate the season you're in with things. And please, please, please don't settle. Because where you settle now may end up affecting the complete rest of your life, where God could have something so much better for you in the near future. That's just something I'm thinking about, guys. Hope you're having a great day.